Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna share with you guys what my 2-week post-op has been like. I was going to do a 1-week post-op, however I've been super busy this week and I didn't get a chance to film that. So it's been 2 weeks today actually. So for those of you who didn't see my previous video, I did have a lipo and BBL in TJ in Mexico. I opted for TJ because mainly the price, pretty much. I had consultations here and they were pretty pricey. So I didn't want to have to do a big down payment and then still have to deal with like monthly payments. So I just decided to go to TJ, just pay it all and get it done with and have no monthly payments. God knows I need no more debt. And so yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I went to a doctor that was recommended by a friend, so I ended up going to TJ to have my surgery there. I had a lipo 360 with a BBL. And another thing is that I was awake during surgery. So they did a spinal block, like an epidural, and I didn't feel anything. I kept falling asleep because the previous night I had like 3 hours of sleep. So I was really tired. So during the surgery, I kept falling asleep. I didn't feel a thing. I felt them like, like kind of shaking me and stuff, but I felt no pain, no pressure, nothing. Yeah. And so the surgery lasted about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I had a clock right above me, so I kept looking at it and it wasn't bad at all. So after the surgery, they took me into my room. Obviously, I was still under a little bit of anesthesia. I felt like my legs were gonna give up on me the first time I got up to the restroom. I'm sure you guys saw all of that in my previous video. I did record the day of surgery and the post-op day 1 and 2, so the 2 following days. And yeah, so after that, my 3rd day was fine. I was even thinking like I could do this again because, like I mentioned in my last video, I asked the doctor for something very natural. I just wanted him to fill in like the dips I had on the side of my buttocks and my hips. So that's all I told him to do. I kept stressing out that I did not want a big butt. I didn't want to look weird because my legs aren't, I don't have big legs. So I have skinny legs. So I kept stressing out that I did not want a big butt. Well, after all this, I'm like, man, if I was already on the table, I should have just gone a little bit bigger. And so that's my only regret. So on the 3rd day, since I felt fine, the worst day was the 2nd day because I was more sore, but it wasn't that bad. Like some people say you feel like you got hit by a bus. It wasn't that bad for me personally. So the 3rd day I felt better and I was like, I can go for a round 2, like I want a bigger butt and this and that, right? Well, the 4th day, I went to the bank with my boyfriend and I don't know if it was a dip that we hit or something, but my back started burning. It was like it was not painful. It was a burning sensation. And I guess you can kind of say it was a little bit painful. And oh my God. So the 4th day, I felt that pretty much all day. And so that was for the 4th day. The 5th and the 6th day, oh my God. I'm borderline anemic, and prior to my surgery, I started taking iron. However, it was a small dose. I figured if my hemoglobin is low, the doctor's gonna tell me, right? So I was taking a small dose once a day, and oh my God, the 5th and the 6th day, I honestly, I think my hemoglobin dropped because the inside of my lower lids were white. My gums were white. I was so cold, and even though the room was hot and everybody was complaining that it was hot in the house, I was so cold, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm pretty sure I'm anemic right now. And so I felt really, really bad. So right away, my boyfriend went and bought me this liquid iron, and I started taking that. And at this point, I felt so bad that I started drinking Gatorades. I said I wasn't gonna drink them or the Pedialytes because they were high in sodium, and at this point I think my body needed to retain fluid, that I started drinking Gatorades. I drank the Pedialytes, and I started drinking that liquid iron, which is really, really nasty. So I drank that 3 times a day. The following day, it smells so bad that as soon as I poured in the little cup, I ran to the restroom and I threw up. I lost my appetite that whole day. I couldn't eat anything. And, you know, I forced that liquid down somehow after I threw up. And after those 2 days, I felt normal again. But yeah, those 2 days were horrible. I even think I had a temperature on one of the days. I started taking Tylenol every 4 hours just so I wouldn't get that feeling of having a high temperature. And yeah, so after those 2 days, I've been fine. No pain, soreness, but not as much as that second day. It wasn't even bad at all. I never had pain except for the burning sensation on the 4th day. Other than that, I didn't have any pain. And I have people telling me maybe you have a high tolerance for pain, but there was no pain, like no pain at all. I did start my massages. Today I had my second massage, my 1 week post-op, and they recommended I start doing massages because the nurse said I had fibrosis. However, the massage therapist said that it was not fibrosis. It's just like all the fluid is blocked in my lymph. And so I've been doing that. So I do have a lot of hard areas around my stomach that are a lot softer ever since I started the massages. They were very tender to touch, and it was very painful to touch them. So I do have that around my belly button, my lower abdomen, and the sides, and back here, the back of my like my shoulder blades. And I think that mainly is because of the faja. It's a little tight around there, so I think it kind of like blocks that fluid there, and it makes it look like I still have back fat. But it's been going down. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad experience. It was not painful for me. Everybody's different. I know some people say it was very painful for them. I don't know if it's the doctor, the way they work, but I think it has to do with your body. Everybody's body is different. And so yeah, that was pretty much my experience, and I'm gonna show you guys what I look like now. So this is what I look like now. I know my hips have gone down a lot. In that last video, my hips looked really big. But yeah. I never thought that I would see a waistline again. Definitely dieting and all that stuff was not gonna get me here. But yeah, this is, and I'm still swollen down here, mainly this area. I have those hard bumps around here and some here, but overall the swelling has gone down a lot. And yeah. So that is what it looks like 2 weeks post-op. So yeah, that was pretty much my experience, my 2-week post-op update. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks.